Uno. Ora aspettate, sta caricando. Sta caricando. Vai.
Good afternoon and welcome to all the entrepreneurs and would-be entrepreneurs connected online through Facebook. My name is Fabio Petroni and I'm the Director of Programs at the E4Impact Foundation. And today we're going to work together on how to do business with Italy. And we have a great guest today to guide us through the ins and the outs of what it takes for an African business to do business with Italy. And this is His Excellency Fabrizio Lobasso. Before I give the floor to Fabrizio, I just would like to provide you guys with a very quick framework of what the foundation is. The E4Impact Foundation is a spin-off of the Catholic University of Milan. We were born in 2015 with the goal of promoting impact entrepreneurship in Africa. How do we do this? 3 ways. First of all, we train and coach, we accelerate African entrepreneurs in Africa. We help them to develop links with businesses in Italy, in Europe, in the MENA region, and so on and so forth. And we build capacities of local universities. Our main activity on the African continent is a global MBA in impact entrepreneurship, which is an academic program, but quite a specific one, quite a peculiar one, if you like, as it combines training and acceleration services. So those entrepreneurs who basically join the MBA program are going to develop the skills, the tools, the networks with investors, the links necessary to run a successful business. And on top of that, they got the chance to come to Europe, to Milan, especially initially, a week for a, let me say, networking session, business-to-business networking session with Italian businesses. This program is being implemented in 18 countries. We have been accelerating so far 2,000 entrepreneurs. 60% of those who didn't have a business up and running when they joined the MBA program actually started one by the end of the MBA program. 100% of those who had a business when they joined actually were able to increase their revenues by at least 50%. And collectively, they created, since 2010, something like 10,000 jobs. If you would like to, let me say, screen yourself in Amin, this is the kind of entrepreneurs we work with. As you can see, Amin is managing a company called Zach Hall, and they basically produce organic charcoal, 100% recyclable. And after the MBA program, he was able to receive a big investment and to establish the largest plant in Africa for organic charcoal. So this is the kind of impact that the MBA program has on our entrepreneurs. If any of you is interested into knowing more about the MBA program or maybe joining the program, you can get in touch with any of the person which are screened right now. And the idea for this webinar and the other webinars that we will be offering is that we want to build on the international dimension of the foundation, and we want to build on the international service that we can provide to African entrepreneurs as it comes to move their businesses to Europe and Italy especially. So this is where the idea comes from of having His Excellency Fabrizio Lobasso on board to let us know a little bit better what are the avenues which African entrepreneurs such as you can basically use to come international, to go international and to come to Italy. Fabrizio is the director for Sub-Saharan Africa. at the Italian Ministry for Foreign Affairs. He is the former ambassador of Italy to Sudan. He's an expert the whole of the Horn of Africa and the whole of Africa, if it is possible to say. The picture that you see on the screen depicts him with an ape cross, which is a very Italian product, which he helped to import to Sudan. So I won't take any more of your time, and I will leave the floor to His Excellency Fabrizio Lobasso. Fabrizio, please.
Thank you. Thank you, Fabio. And really, good afternoon, and thank you to everybody. I know that beyond the screen, there are a lot of you, and I'm very, very happy to address some infos and some little advices and the scenario of the institutional framework to invest in Italy and to do business with Italy. First of all, let me tell you that this is an important phase for Italy, notwithstanding the pandemic tragedy, because since some years we have started an important process of inclusion, and in order to strengthen the idea of a country system, of country framework, the way of presenting ourselves as Italy to foreign investors, to the international community from this important commercial economic point of view. So we're talking about some issue which is a top priority, is a business, it's a top priority for the Italian institution, and the Ministry of Foreign Affairs is at the center of this reorganization process. First of all, the most important and direct things that we have done is to integrate institutions in that. So we have this important pillar, which is the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, who since 1 year has included into our offices, into our frameworks, the Institute for the Foreign Commerce. In Italian is ICE. We have created new offices, and we have absorbed the important competences of this institution that was outside of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So we gave a first important signal, which is we, as a foreign policy, we consider economic diplomacy, commercial diplomacy, as important as politics, as important as cultural, as important as development cooperation. So it's us now working on that. And we have created what we call a sort of direction cabin, which is a structure of multi-functionary people working on different issues, but all having in mind this idea of presenting ourselves as a system outside. Now, probably some of you a little more familiar with Italian issues, you have heard about the Pact for the Export. The Pact of the Export is one of the most important legislation instrument and a bunch of tools we have launched in order to reinforce the internationalization of our economic and trade system, especially with a focus not only with the traditional importing countries like United States, like China, like Far East, or the Mediterranean area, but also starting conceiving our strategies to not more future continent, but the present most important continent, which is Africa, obviously for us. And this in terms of exchanges and in terms of investments. So it's integrated promotion. It's an idea of presenting ourselves as a whole, as a bunch, not anymore losing energies into the pathway of culture or the pathway of the politics, of the pathway of the commercial and the trade issues, but trying to link each other, all these issues, and creating, an important, the idea of an Italian brand. It is what I call also hybrid diplomacy, because it's not anymore the institutional diplomacy from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs or from the regions or the governmental bodies of a country, but also through our entrepreneurs, through our multinational enterprises outside, also relying on NGOs, development cooperation agencies, and even individuals sometimes, or very important champions. Think about Enel or Eni, which are, just some giants, Italian giants, in terms of conceiving foreign policy because of the commercial and trade and business interests. And this is a fact. This is the future, and we are riding the future. Just a couple of words on the Export Pact, which is, I think it's really such an innovative instrument that deserves a little bit of explaining about that. First of all, we have 5 or 6 important pillars with whom we're working, on which we are concentrating our ideas and our energies. The Export Pact lies on the important network of diplomatic representations abroad, 126 concerning Italy, and also plus 80 consulates, so 126 embassies, 80 consulates, and some aerials from the ICE, which now is also the Italian Foreign Affairs. So the first pillar of the Export Pact is communication. It's a way of thinking on how to rebrand Italy abroad, how to highlight our strengths, not anymore thinking only on issues, on themes like food, like Vogue, like textiles, like all the typical symbols of Italianity. It's deeper. It's a deeper process which is going through the research of our founding values: solidarity, generosity, resilience, tolerance, patience, the absence of hidden agenda when we go outside. And these are the very basis of our success outside. Another pillar is the integrated promotion, which is putting together culture, commerce, development cooperation, scientific diplomacy, environment, and also creating intersectorial occasions through dozens of events of the MFA, through our embassies and consulates throughout the world. The week of the Italian cuisine, the week of the Italian cinema, the week of the Italian language, the week of Italian culture, and also the bilateral year, Italy-Japan, Italy-China, Italy-Turkey, Italy, whatever, just like a sort of big box, temporal box, timing box, in which you can find a lot of events, fairs, exhibition, visits, and all spheres and all tools we need to promote the Italian business outside, and also to attract investor, which I'm coming in a couple of minutes. E-commerce. There is a triple effort in terms of virtuality, which is a chance for small, medium, micro enterprises in order to boost the way and to fasten the way of, to speed up, the way of creating partnership abroad. I think it's 1 week ago, the news about an important agreement between the Institute for the Foreign Commerce of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Alibaba for the development of incredible number of products and giving a sort of window on the Italian business abroad. We're working on finance, always into the Export Pact, in order to boost through our important invest banking like CDP, or important entities like CMEST, in order to invest on small and medium enterprises, on startups, incubating, accelerating new firms and enterprises, and stimulating partnership abroad all over the world. And in the end, also going virtual with the number, doubling, tripling the number of fairs outside, in order to have plus B2B, B2G, B2C, and more spaces and interregional occasions of meetings and intersectoral occasion of visits. So it's a strategy, had been launched months ago at the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, and now we're seeing the first important effects. And as soon as the COVID will allow us to restart a decent personal contact life, probably the effect will skyrocket even more. But let me go into the deep core, the nucleus of what we're talking about today, which is also investing in Italy, because probably even in this case we have to do more in terms of widespreading the Italian positive narrative concerning doing business in Italy. First of all, let me tell you that Italy is the 9th preferred country in the world for foreign investors. As you know, we are an economy, and we are a country being part of the G8 or even G7 now. Probably we have to fight a little bit more in order to stay into G7 and to the G8, because as you know, we have very important growing economies that in objective terms, they may, just surpass Italy in this ride. But in any case, the important thing is that we still have an incredible positive narrative for foreign investors in order to come. And I will explain you also a little bit why. And I can tell you also that at least 22% of our GDP is made of foreign investments in Italy, which is very, very important. We are talking about also about 394.95 billion euro of amount of investment, of foreign investment in Italy, in all region, in all part of Italy. And this is an important trend, because as UNCTAD says, at least $1,450 billion in the world is the whole amount of this incredible flow of foreign investment, direct investments into another country. So this is not a trend. This is an immanent reality, and we have to ride it, especially all the more so since we're living in time of interspace and intertime, and it's so easy to reach out each other and doing business. Why investments from abroad? Because they bring more growth. They increase our GDP, because the value chain is completed and is reinforced, because we may specialize even more in certain sectors which are the object of this kind of investments, because investments create more business, occupation, social welfare, and well-being, and in a virtuous circle, the benefits start again. And also because this allows Italy to invest more in research and development, which is fundamental in order to give new energy again to a process of internationalization and a further attraction of foreign investments. Why invest in Italy? First of all, because we are talking about the third economy in the Eurozone and the 8th in the world. Second, because we are the gate to 500 million of European consumers. And this is really a blessing, having this kind of peninsula, which seems a little bit a part of Africa. It's a tail, the part of our booth, as we say, that Italy is a stivale, a booth, you know, just looking at Italy, looking at Africa, and with, you know, some kind of 35 minutes from Tunisia or so. An incredible occasion to grab each other, even plastically speaking, materially speaking. Italy has more or less 6,900 kilometers of highways and turnpikes, and 1,000 kilometers of railways. Among 15 Italian universities are considered as the best in the world in terms of development and research. And as you know, University Cattolica from Professor Petroni is one of them. The small medium enterprise system in Italy and the industrial district is one of the most innovative in the world, and the most open and the most creative in terms of riding the future. There is a lot of research for advanced technology, artificial intelligence, and all the mechanism and the digitalization, even of traditional sectors, like, for example, agribusiness. But most of all, investing in Italy means melting each other with some important Italian values, which are greatly, immensely appreciated from abroad. Openness, kindness, creativity, solidarity, and again, this important idea of fostering common values in the absence of a sort of win-lose situation. We like the win-win situation. And this has always been like that. And this is probably one of the miracles of the mix of being Italian, because of our history, of our customary uses, because of our anthropology, our blood into our beings. This is the miracle, these values recognized as a positive narrative all over the world. It's a question of culture, and it's not a case that UNESCO again gives us, you know, just the lead countries. Italy is the lead country in terms of common heritage sites worldwide, with an incredible number. We are also, you know, just up with some countries like China, notwithstanding the differences in geographical terms. But let me be even more specific in this, because it's important to underline something that probably we should be better at highlighting abroad. First of all, why investing in Italy? Our judiciary system, notwithstanding normal and common problems like all, in terms of commercial and trade, has been highly improved. We have new mediation tools. We have new specialized trade courts. We have new digitalization processes as far as trials, civil trials are concerned. The fiscal system has been improved a lot, and the administration today dialogues much better, talks much better with the contributors in terms of taxation, with firms, preferring a sort of amicable and friendly dialogue before passing through the punishment and the example punishment system. And this is a value also. This is a fact. It's a choice. The choice of, I wouldn't say to redeem somebody, but it's a choice of opening up to a dialogue in order to find a conciliation of different interests before interrupting the dialogue and applying, just a super partes law. So also the weight in terms of fiscal system, the weight for enterprises has been diminished, has been lowered, and all the more so since COVID, with all the last financial law enhanced 1 week, 2 weeks ago, and all the project that we have even in the framework of European Union for the recovery plan and the Unblock Italy law and all laws which we are enhancing in order to boost economy. And the foreign investments from abroad obviously take advantage from all that. We are boosting a lot the idea of licensing and patent box. We are easing the enrollment of new creative products to be protected, facilitating the bureaucratic process that sometimes takes time in terms of enrollment and protecting your creativity and your creation issue. We are improving credits to firms, especially small and medium enterprises. There is a reform in banking. It's very, very important. Probably you know that Italy has been characterized by this important popular banks that we have incredibly disseminated throughout the soil of Italy. And it's important because Italian legislation is trying to link the savings of people, of families, in order to facilitate the financing activity of small and medium enterprises. Even in this, you can find an Italian value, which is a link between the saving of families and the destination, which is for small, micro, small, and medium enterprises, in the sense of looking at creating a sort of alliance between similar people, similar population, similar users. We have improved a lot the alliances between business and university, business and research and development, creating technical poles and scientific and university poles. And we have some incredible in Milan, in Turin, in Pavia, in Rome. We have incredible examples of this linkage. Lately, I discovered in Sassari, in the medicine and telemedicine issue, this linkage, this incredible linkage between the academic, the university, but also the practical part of what we learn, of knowledge, which is enterprises, which is business, which is research and development. And regarding it from a very direct point of view, as a diplomat from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs did its part with the visa system. We have been for ages the visa for business, entrepreneurs, and students, and PhD, and all of that. But we have introduced something new, which is very important. There is a visa for startups. So whatever innovation, whatever we see, the innovative occasion in Italy from foreign investors, we speed up the process. And also there is a specific visa for investors, which is a sort of incredible advantage, which is not a sort of prevarication on the long list of people waiting to go to Italy, but it's a question of priority. Investing in Italy for us, as I told you before, for an incredible number of reasons, is a priority, and it is fair, and it is a right of a foreign investor to go to the embassies and consulates and having a sort of fast track in order to start the Italian adventure the soonest. And since 2014, with the law decree, Unblock Italy, we have creating incredible situation for investing from outside. And through our visa system, we have reached more or less in 2019, more or less 425 millions in terms of outcomes from fairs, from exhibitions, and from business visit, business group from abroad to Italy. And this is a Prometeia, which is a very good firm in Italy for this kind of investigation that gave us some ideas about that. In the end, this is not you know, a rose and a blue color into the Italian scenario. We have also to highlight for a while what we have to do, especially when we talk about business with Africa. First of all, we have to disseminate and to improve positive narrative and the knowledge of Africa among Italian investors in order to create this kind of partnerships. Too much of stereotypes, too many stereotypes yet, too many suspicion, sometimes completely not founded on ideas, but just for, you know, just a long-lasting rumors. So we have to work on the African narrative. That's why Italy, European Union are striving a lot in order to establish a new relationship with Africa from a player-to-player basis, from not anymore from the taker and the giver, but from a sort of same level relationship and partnership. So we have to work on the knowledge on Africa and the narrative on Africa. We have to invest more on some important sectors. I would say, my personal opinion, renewable energies, digitalization, detecting small and medium enterprise from Africa and all that kind of middle class, which is striving to do more and to be also a booster for the continent, the African continent, and from abroad in order to do further business. In medicine and biomedicine, and all in this coordination between development cooperation, relationship with United Nations, with European Union, and enterprises. So we have to create even more system, not only an Italian system or European system, but we have to internationalize this kind of cooperation and collaboration, including also one of the important booster of investments, which is development cooperation, because development cooperation is not only solidarity, is not only generosity, but is also a way of creating the condition for business and so for well-being for the maximum number of people. We have to create occasion in order to work in terms of inter-regional programs and intersectoral programs, interdisciplinary program. We cannot go on working on this issue, this theme, this good, this part of good, this category. We have to launch ourselves into futurable business. And we have also to work a lot on regional integration. Probably you know that Italy in 2021 has important priorities. As you know, our motto is people, planet, and prosperity. To give you the idea of civil society and people, the planet, environment, and renewable energies, and obviously prosperity in terms of boosting the worldwide economy in order to give mutual benefits. One of the important things that we are going to do is also to give some important consultancy with Europe and as Italy in order to strengthen the regional integration in the dimension of the African continental free trade area, which, as you know, it's this important, incredible situation now in Africa, and also about the debt relief, the international debt relief, with in cooperation with the Ministry of Treasury and the economic issues in Italy, and with Europe, which is ready to do its part in order to ease the burden of a lot of African countries when it's possible, with a postponing or even when it's possible cancellation of the international debt, not only the governmental one, but also doing moral suasion towards private sectors. And we hope also that some countries which are a little bit reluctant on this, like for example China, will follow. COVID has been a great opportunity, not only a great tragedy. We have mirrored ourselves, and we have seen that probably too much of work had been postponed, and we had to ride this occasion. That's why, with this common efforts, youth, gender balance, exporting facilitation, in one word, freedom after COVID will be not only a human right, it will be a necessity, because the more free, the freer the people, the healthier the world. And this is a fact. It's not an invention. It's not a Colombo invention from today. The freer the people, the healthier the world. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Fabrizio. I think we have a few questions and a few minutes before we hit the hour, which is, as I am told, the golden rule for webinars: keep it within the hour. So let me try to sum up some of the questions we are getting. And I will try to reframe them this way, if you like. If you were to give a couple of advices to a young entrepreneur or to an entrepreneur from any given African country who is interested into exploring market opportunities in Italy, what should he do? Should he go where? Should he ask for information to whom? Do you have any suggestion for somebody like this?
Absolutely. First of all, I can tell you that all our diplomats and ministry clerks are very skilled, because, commerce, trade, business, investment is a priority. So, first of all, don't hesitate and go and search for the commercial and trade offices of the embassies or the consulate or the areas that you have in your region. Second, if you don't want to go directly to the institution, please find out entities like E4Impact or others, which are doing already an incredible job for youth and gender and promoting this kind of business, but always keeping the institution informed, because system means that we as institution are informed since the very beginning of this birth of this partnership, in order to follow all the phases of the growth of a possible business, and not intervening only when there is a problem with the Italian state or with the country, the other country, or the other partner. So look for us, because we are eager to receive young ideas, startups, creation, and to have the chance to put you into contacts with the right partners in Italy. The export path I was talking before has one important priority: the creation of the export temporary manager, which are skilled, new, important people from the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and from outside, with a specific task of investigating on how creating this partnership in African countries and transfer the partnership in Italy and creating the bridge between the two countries.
Beautiful, thank you. Let me read through another one. How important is to speak Italian to do business with Italy? Is there any way around, or we have to learn Italian?
As a very Italian lover, and I love very much my country, I love my language, I would say, I would like to say that having Italian in your pockets is very, very important. Obviously, we cannot ask such an incredible task like learning a non-vehiculating language worldwide, like, for example, English, or even, I would say, in certain respect, French or Arabic, or in a lesser way, Spain. Notwithstanding that, I would say, first, no problem. Italy, and especially students, young people, it's incredible the advanced level and the growing level, especially for young people, of the knowledge of the language of English in particular, but even French. In respect of when I attended university, I started and I learned English for love, because I wanted to be a diplomat. I wanted to embrace an international career. But I can tell you that now I teach a university, and I teach also in English, some courses in English, because the majority of people, they know perfectly. So at least English is important. But if you have time, if you have wish, please go through our culture, go through our language, because in the language, in some specific meanings, you will find a lot of answers to your questions on why Italy is that, why Italy is this. You will find your answers sometimes in terms, Italian terms, and this is an incredible reality for all language, Italy even more.
Thank you for the answer. Got another. I got a few others. I would like to read at least another couple of them. You made mention of a special visa for startups. Could you elaborate a little bit more on that? That's a question coming from Ghana.
Yes, I don't have all the information, but fortunately, these are the typical information that you can find out very, very easy. Please, if you go on the website of the Foreign Affairs, Ministry of Foreign Affairs of Italy, or please, even better, if you go on the website of the Italian Embassy in Ghana, you will find out, I think, a section in English or in French, and you will find out a specific sector on visas with all the list of documents that you may be required to have, with also this novelty. And please, in case, contact the embassy and ask for that, because as I told you, given that it's a priority, visa, business, startup business, investors business visa are the most important part in this moment. So please, don't be shy. Go to the embassy and get all information. But you can start by internet, because we have websites from our communication and press department, which has been standardized in all over the world.
I believe that is a very big innovation. I mean, the idea of having a visa for startups is knowing how vibrant the ecosystem is, and the startups, if you like, ecosystem is in many African countries. I guess this is going to be a very good piece of information for most of our attendees. Another question is a tough one, but
please.
They're asking, many of the attendants are asking us what other sectors, the industries, which have the best chances to strike a deal with Italian companies, meaning if I am in oil, or do we have any better opportunity to work with Italy compared to whether I am into agriculture, for example? What are the sectors where you see the biggest opportunity for an entrepreneur who wants to do business with Italy, wants to maybe export its product and services, or maybe import technology? What are the hotspots?
Yes. Well, in this moment, I would say, also according to my experience, and in a double sense, for sure, we cannot forget agribusiness. But not only agribusiness, it's sustainable agribusiness, digitalization in agribusiness. So it's not only the real core of the issue, but all the world around that turns around the agribusiness. And this is for sure something that we cannot miss, because Italy, geographically speaking, geophysically speaking, is is voted to do so. The medical and the pharmaceutical issue and sector is incredible performing. It's a high standard in Italy. And from what I saw, from my experience in Africa, there is a desperate need of creating partnership in order to create a situation of independence from a lot of African countries from this continual importation of products from outside. All the world of digitalization, especially in communications and telecommunication. I've seen a lot of fantastic investments in radio, television, and analogical and digital sectors, and sometimes are really hidden business that we don't know. And at a certain moment, we are aware about that because somebody that just knocks at our door at the embassy, and we understand that there are millions business going on, and we didn't know about that. Don't underestimate all the word about infrastructure and partnership, for example, on the mining sectors, especially in order to catch the Italian investors and to convince them to come to Africa more than they are doing now. We have a great experience about that. Probably, even our history is made of an incredible expertise on that. And notwithstanding that, and yet, as Italians, not like Canadians, Australians, Chinese, and South Africans, we don't explore too much this mining sector in Africa. And maybe, through an investment, a partnership, this could be a great idea. And last but not least, don't forget also the chances, all the word of training. Italy is recognized all over the world for the capacity of intercultural training, which is adapting our way of teaching or passing knowledge or transpassing competences through an incredible inclusive way, which is not something that all European countries may do. So all the word of enterprises around the training system could be an incredible idea. Just an example to give you the idea. When I was in Sudan, a lot of people wanted to learn Arabic. Also because in Sudan, I still remember that obviously there is a difference between other countries or between the purest one, but I think Yemeni Arabic is one of the closest to the I would say the purest language. So when you study, it's not like in the Maghreb where you have to talk another language, notwithstanding you study Arabic, but you work in a completely different language. So I still remember that a lot of people, Italians, international entrepreneurs, and especially clerks from the United Nations, to share the little number of teachers privately, with no organization about that. I've always said that the first person that comes to Italy, for example, to Venice, to the Ca' Foscari University, which has an incredible internet expertise of teaching languages abroad, the first entrepreneur from Sudan going to Italy and understanding that it's time to start up an important enterprise on how to train and to teach language with the help of culture, with the help of the beauty of the country. So putting together a sort of offer, which is language, culture, religious, spirituality, and the beauty and commerce, it will be a millionaire. The first entrepreneur doing that, because there is a desperate need, even physically speaking, of a building with 3-4 floors, like the Wall Street Institute or the Italian this or the Cervantes or this, which is not an institute of culture. It's a private enterprise where you can learn languages. You have a number of teachers, you have a number of programs, advanced for people, the beginners, just dialoguing, whatever, with licenses, trying to understand also the system of licenses in Europe, which is A1, A2, B1, B2, C1, C2, the threshold level of the Council of Europe, and also transferring this competence in order to create an important school. And on the way around, Arabic, for example, Arabic in Italy, we have places where too, but for sure, I think that the demand is overcoming and trespassing the offer of institutes of Arabic. So this is just an idea to give you the chance to think about, don't focus on the traditional sectors. Be creative in something when you feel that there is an incredible demand, but in some way the African country or the Italian country is not responding well.
Thank you, Fabrizio, for your insights. I believe today we have learned that Italy has an open door policy when it comes to doing business with African countries, if I can say so. I would like to thank you for taking the time of joining us, and I would like to thank all the audience for staying with us, and hope that was very useful, and I hope to see you soon again. Thank you, everybody, and have a good day.
Thank you. Good luck.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.